2000. Cool.
Okay.
Please. Hear me?
Yep.
Updates, please.
Uh, I got my results back,
Okay, cool.
and pretty much it. I didn't come on.
Hmm,
I didn't come to school
mhm,
on Wednesday, but there's no
mhm,
math there,
mhm.
so it's fine.
Right, right. What's up? Did you get sick or something?
I had to go back to my primary school for an award.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
very nice. What was that?
Outstanding PSLE.
Outstanding PSLE.
Yeah,
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about it.
nothing much. It's just certificate of recognition from primary school.
On outstanding PSLE.
Yeah, I don't know how I got it. My PSLE wasn't even that good.
Did you perhaps no, never, no, whatever. Congratulations, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations for outstanding PSLE. All right, cool. Okay, good. Well, how's the exam itself?
Uh, Pardon? I my headphones disconnected.
You have what? Sorry.
My headphone disconnected.
Oh, okay, sorry. The exam itself.
Yep.
So you got back and
25 out of 30. It was okay.
25 out of 30?
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
That 25 out of 30 sounds good. Yeah, I like that. That's more than oh, that's 83%. Oh, that's
Yeah.
83%. All right, cool. That's number four in class.
Yeah.
Your class is quite good, isn't it? Your class is quite good. All
I
right.
guess so.
Is that
Yeah.
is that true? Your class contains quite a lot of people who pay attention, I guess,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Quite a lot.
Mm. All right, cool. Understand. Congratulations for 25 out of 30.
Yep.
Right, a very good start of the year. How do you feel about that?
Probably could have improved on things. Probably the questions that I
That's
got wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's great. Okay, I'm sure you will
yeah,
improve, but how do you feel about it?
nothing much.
Nothing much.
It's still
You're very,
WA1, so
so you're cool. You're just a cool
yeah.
guy. This is just like that. All right. Okay. So if you're cool, then I'm also cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's be cool. All right. Okay. Please send me the working. Take picture, WhatsApp, and that kind of thing. I do want to see it.
I think okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um
Later lah, because
okay,
your phone is being
sure.
used, man. Right. So, but you need to send me that so that, I can tell what's going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some of them are just careless
cool.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's all probably careless mistakes. And
Mm-hmm.
like one or two is like I got a bit confused.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The one I got confused with is irrational numbers and irrational. I can't remember what irrational is and rational. Any irrational
Is I teach you
number.
irrational, not rational, right?
Yeah. Irrational is
Irrational is
pi or is that
no,
rational?
that's the
Oh, that's rational.
example.
Yeah.
No, that's
Uh
irrational. No,
okay.
wait. What is
Irrational
irrational? I teach you two
irrational
things, right?
is
Mm-hmm.
the decimal keeps on going.
All right, forever, good. And then,
Uh-huh. And Uh, recurring decimals?
No, 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 no. You're
No?
absolutely wrong in that sense. There's no pattern.
Oh yeah,
Recurring
there's
means
no.
there's pattern, man. You can see
Yeah.
the pattern, right? Now, doesn't that fit the word irrational? The reason why I'm teaching you this because it fits the word irrational. Irrational means I just cannot use my mind to figure it out.
Hmm.
Irrational. Ratio mah, ratio. Ratio means
Yeah.
your mind, by the way, not ratio in numbers. So this number is irrational. Doesn't mean this number is crazy. No, no,
Hmm.
no. But this number has nothing that I can figure out.
Okay.
I mean, it goes on forever, which is very difficult to figure out. What
Uh-huh.
does that mean?
Yeah.
And then it has no pattern, which again, that means I really cannot figure out. Now,
Hmm.
pi is such a number, lah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So I teach you that as a irrational, not rational, because rational simply means not having those two, lah, like not
Hmm.
having those two. Right. Okay. Now just use that next time.
Yeah.
Then I'm certain that this is also not careless. This is more like a concept.
Yeah.
But good for you, lah, right? You just revise them. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Anything else? Anything else that you feel?
Nah. It's probably just that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Cool, Jason. Wonderful stuff. And I hope you're happy. And I really hope that you'll have a good break, lah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. How about your other exams? Just curious.
Uh,
Are you
s-
happy with them? Yada yada.
yeah, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Science. I got 29 out of 40, if I'm not wrong. Or
Not
35.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Uh, and then geography, 14 out of 5.
14 out of what?
History,
Sorry?
geography. I got 14 out of 14 out of 15. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Um,
After that,
mhm.
uh, oh yeah,
Tell me.
art.
Tell me what you are saying.
I
Mm-hmm.
got art.
Art. Oh, art.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Art. Yeah. Tell me more. Mm-hmm.
I got
Art.
32 out of 50.
Huh?
Not that good.
Art has an exam which have
Yeah,
50 marks.
WA1, yeah.
What? What
Quite
kind of
shocking.
exam has a...
You like
What?
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 You want to
Tell
see
me
it?
more. Yeah. Tell me more. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Show me. What's this thing about an art exam, right? Which are
Yeah.
questions, which are not
Oh no,
art,
there's
right?
like questions and then there's a drawing that you have to like replicate
Draw.
someone's art style.
Oh, show me, show me.
So the
Right, I'm
back
curious.
here is the question.
Right.
Uh, and then the
Okay,
drawing
okay. They
is
give
this
you the
one.
drawing there.
And then you have to
Ah,
draw.
okay, all right, okay. And then you have to
And then they'll
analyze it, something like that.
oh no, you just have to draw. And then you have
Wait,
to
this is
like
your drawing?
yeah,
Wait, that was your drawing?
yeah.
Let's show me again. Oh, your sense is not bad, isn't it? Your composition sense is not bad.
Yeah. You have to like replicate someone's art
Can you see
style.
the original stuff? Can you see the original stuff?
Uh,
Who are you what are you supposed
oh,
to replicate in a
um,
sense? It's not in
I
the test.
no. You get to use your phone to get like reference, and they'll have a handout.
Oh, that makes sense.
Uh,
Right. Does that mean
this,
you show your teacher the phone?
yeah,
Okay, okay, show me,
this
show
is
me. Yeah.
the art style you're supposed to do. Well, this is the guy
I see
that
what you mean.
like is kind of
Yeah,
like
I see
this.
what you mean.
He does a lot
There
of
is a
pencil.
certain So you're saying that he combines things, lah, right? He
Yeah,
combines things into human face, and the proportion are very
uneven,
not
surrealist.
uneven, surreal. It's not really child also.
It's not
It's
like a
just like a
yeah.
child.
It's not
Yeah,
like
it's
a
very
traditional
weird lah.
portrait. Yeah, it's a surreal
No,
portrait.
no, no. In fact, it's quite disconcerting. As in, huh?
It makes you feel uneasy, kind of.
Correct, correct. The ears are off. The eyes are a
Yeah.
bit off.
Eyes a like it feels a bit too
Interesting.
big. lip the head's
Yep,
bit
yep,
feels way
yep,
too big and
yep.
the lips is too
Mm-hmm.
small.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the hands are not well
Yeah.
defined. I guess he kind of focused more on the face, lah, I guess, lah.
Yeah.
That would make it even more unnerving, lah, I guess I
Yeah.
must say, lah. Hmm. Oh, you understand all this? Ah? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It wasn't that hard.
Hmm.
But judging from my
Well,
friend's
uh-huh.
art, I don't know how I got 32. Maybe because I didn't use the spaces, the white, the background. But yeah, tough luck, I guess.
You mean you expected more?
Yeah. I mean, judging from my friend's drawing, if you compare it. So I don't know.
What you mean? I see what you mean. I
Uh
mean, I'm still impressed, lah. I mean, right? You're saying? Uh-huh.
uh like I wouldn't say my friend's drawings are bad, but uh it's like uh well, I don't comparing it to mine, I don't know. It sounds like I'm kind like I'm having a big ego, but in my opinion, comparing them to mine, it's kind of mind-boggling. Uh,
So,
maybe I
so
could,
why do you get 32?
I
Why
don't
do
know.
you get 32?
My guess is I didn't use the background better. Could have added
Hmm.
more things.
I thought the marking should have some sort of feedback. No, me?
Uh,
No.
I don't know. It's like my first time having an actual art exam.
I guess so.
I mean,
Oh,
if you want to
okay,
see my
okay.
friend's artwork, I could show you.
Sure, sure. You
Alright,
can show or share screen, right?
yeah. So, the teacher have a Padlet where like uh
Right, right,
if
right.
you're drawing, it took a photo.
Yeah, this is more like secondary one drawing lah. It is still
Yep.
somewhat childish, right? This is more normal. There's one or two which the shading are wonderful just now.
Yeah.
The shading was wonderful.
Around here, this one maybe.
Yeah, the one after this, the shading and the proportion are
Yeah.
wonderful. The hands are very weird though.
Yeah.
The hands are not, but the rest are nice.
The
Yeah, the rest are
person
nice.
there were trying to uh
Imitate.
imitate. I don't know how to spell his name, so I need to check. He's an Austrian artist, Stefan. Uh,
You say Austrian artist or is that?
Austrian. His drawing
Oh, there you
is
go.
more, yeah, it's like kind of uneasy looking, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's pictures within pictures, and like
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
head is shaped differently. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
he's basically like
Really?
morphing the body, or mostly like the
Correct,
head.
correct,
And his drawing is
correct,
mostly like head to shoulder. It's never really over the down part of the body.
correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
Like
Mm.
it's kind of the head is kind of big in size, and the
Mm-hmm.
eyes can be like, I don't know, deformed like this. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
just uneasy. Like,
But if I can only guess what he means, like, yeah, I can only guess what
yeah,
he means. But if what he means is this expresses
it
some students' feeling, that might be quite accurate. You're saying? Sorry, you're saying?
it's like what my teacher was doing
Mm-hmm.
was you had to draw what you like and what you fear, and
Yeah,
then
okay,
you
all
have to
right.
like make a surreal portrait. Like you either there's level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1's the most basic. where you don't have to like modify anything. You kind of just put something that you don't like in the picture. If I'm not wrong, it's like this. They don't really modify anything. They just add something in the background, or they just add something.
I mean, that's not considered
Yeah, it's not.
imitating the style, right? Just now it wasn't, right?
I mean, he also does very simple things. If you, I mean, some of his things are simple. Like this one, there's really nothing much. It's just a looks like a kid in a, jacket. And then there's level two, where you modify the face a bit, like this one. Cat ears, those whiskers, and maybe like they'll modify the face. There's something coming out. And then level three is the hardest, which is image in image, somewhat like this. And this one, maybe this one also. Yeah.
I wonder if the artist is drawing for himself or drawing for other people. I don't know.
It's
I don't
like
know.
he draws within his imagination.
Of course, that must be the case, lah, right? That must be. Oh, that's yours.
Yeah, this
That's
is mine.
yours.
I mean, in my opinion, comparing it to some of my other friends, I probably should have gotten higher marks. But 32 is good enough, I guess.
Actually, it's 32.
Out of
Uh,
50. That's
no, no, no.
64%.
True, true. But some in a in a in a topic, sorry, in a subject called GP, lah, that's JC stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting 36 out of 50, out of 50, okay? 36
Uh-huh.
out of 50 in a final exam is considered like considered the gold, the best thing ever. That's
Mm.
36. So it just are you saying that 32, are you sure that 32 is actually considered low in arts? Like, well, what's a high mark here?
Highest,
Is
98%.
98%.
Yeah.
For
And yeah.
49. 49.
Yeah.
You can get
You can
49
get
in art.
49. Some people got 100 because they utilize everything basically. They draw level 3 and they do it well. The background is nicely like depth things, and it's not, but the background is not too like pop out where they're mainly people when they look at it, they just, focus on the background, but you can still see like the person and the drawing and
Right,
stuff.
right, right, right. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Hmm. Right. I guess I would score very low also lah. No matter how you explain it, I'm still a bit confused. Wow, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Okay, okay. Maybe I'll just get something lower than you.
Most
I'll
most
just
most
safely
people
say
here
that. Yeah.
failed. Like
Fail,
uh
fail, fail art, fail.
yeah,
Right.
quite a lot. Like
Right.
like
Fail art.
this guy, he failed art. He got 16 out of 50.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very confused right now. I'm very confused.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
Is
Art,
art wait, is art supposed to be an examinable subject? So
yes,
could you clarify that? It
it
is.
is. Yeah,
In your
they
school
test.
or the whole Singapore? What are we talking about
I
here?
mean, that I don't know about the whole Singapore, but in my school they have WA1 for art.
For art.
But I think around Sec
Right.
3 you can
Uh-huh.
choose to continue art or not.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
There is,
that
there
that
is.
one,
That
yeah.
one I know. That one I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
until O level. I had
Yeah.
one student like that one, right? I mean, quite talented compared to me. Like anybody is just talented compared to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's just me, lah. But yeah, yeah. My art is not drawing. My art is Lego. Doesn't count. Okay, doesn't
Yeah.
count. Um, yeah, yeah. Thank you for enlightening me. I have no idea what this all means.
I
All right,
also
all
don't.
right. So yeah, yeah.
I also don't know why we have examinations for art.
Right, right. But I hope that you don't have to prepare too strenuously for it, lah. At least I
No,
hope. I
no.
hope you will still
Art's not
enjoy it, lah.
art's not
Right.
that hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as you can, I mean, as I don't know. For art, as long as you, I have no idea. I no need to comment. Okay, you seem good at art. Okay, okay, great, man. Good for you. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Any other updates? Okay, that's new. Okay, I'm learning something. Right.
I don't know about history yet because uh I
All
didn't
right.
come
That's
on a
history.
Wednesday and history was on Wednesday.
Right. Right.
So I'll probably
Sure.
get it
Sure.
next
Sure.
week. Yeah.
All
Eh,
right. All
no,
right.
no.
No, next week
Next
is
next week.
fun.
Yeah,
Let's
next
break.
next week.
Let's break. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, since today you're by yourself,
Yep.
okay, always a good opportunity to talk about what you were confused last week. Last week, I think we advanced a little bit too far, and
Mm-hmm.
then there are certain things that are just confusing, lah, right? There are
Yeah.
certain things that are just confusing. Let me confirm that your math class have advanced a little bit beyond exam topics.
Uh, not yet. I think we're still
Mm-hmm.
I think we're chapter 3, you know, but we're like at
Which is
3.3 or 3.4.
which is
Uh,
what is that?
I forgot. Let me take the textbook.
Anything about factorization?
Uh, 3.3. Estimation. Yeah, we're still at estimations. Maybe term
Estimation.
term 2, I'll get into algebra.
Mhm. All right, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
We'll discuss leisurely lo, in that sense, lo,
Yeah.
right? So last week I was going to do a quick survey with you, right? Okay,
Uh-huh.
what's going on in end of year, right? And then
Uh-huh.
I give you a lot of topics which we haven't talked about, lah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the purpose of survey is not to scare you or shock you. I don't do that, lah, but
Mm.
to just give you an idea. But turns out that we are stuck with certain things. We feel
Yeah.
stuck here, we feel stuck there. But certain things you're okay, certain things you're not okay. Take it as a survey, Jason. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
This is what will happen, but this does not speak about your ability. This is still a long way. You still have a lot of time to properly learn lah, if that is what you
Mm.
want. Okay, right. That's just a survey. Shall we discuss everything? Maybe not. We'll go one by one. You're saying?
Uh, Nothing.
Right. So, but factorization, I want to talk about.
Yep.
Okay. Factorization is not complicated, and factorization best is you understand. Same thing with the sign, the double sign, whatever not. Best
Yeah.
thing is that you understand and feel comfortable. Let's not memorize too much. The price of understanding is sometimes you'll make mistakes, oh,
Mm.
especially in exam lah. Maybe you forget to understand it. Maybe you forget to think about it. What's the price of memorizing it? So memorizing, another way is that people memorize so that they will never make mistake.
Mm.
That's the idea behind memorizing. Like people don't memorize so that they do badly, man. Correct or not?
Mm.
They
Yeah.
memorize because for some reason they do want to do well, and that's the best way that they think they do it.
Yeah.
But there is a cost lah. The cost is very simple. The cost is extremely simple. The harder the question, memorizing becomes least and least useful. Not just in exam, but in learning also. In learning, you'll experience the same thing. In learning, you experience, if I memorize the easier questions in a bad way, not in a good way, in a bad way, then the medium one, you will feel like it's a medium difficulty in the sense that I have to memorize the whole thing and even more. In that sense, I don't know
Mm.
how to say that. And then you're faced with the hard questions, you have to memorize the whole thing again. And it will feel like a very big thing to memorize with a lot of variation.
Mm.
Because hard question means they don't limit themselves too much in variation already. Now, memorizing people, which doesn't do understanding, okay, really hates variation, really hates variation,
Mm.
right? Because you cannot simply memorize all variations, man. You won't have
Mm.
time anymore.
Yeah.
So there is a price to pay. But if you try to understand, there is also a price to pay. The price to pay is that it takes maybe a bit longer than simply memorizing, but the benefit is that the hard question does not feel that hard after you understand the medium question. It's just another step forward. It doesn't feel like you have to memorize such a weird thing. That's
Mm.
at least the benefit that if you want to understand, that should be the benefit that you're aiming for. So we go slow lah, right? Okay. Kudos to you. You start early, so we have a lot of time. We can understand. Okay. So I am looking at the same page as you. I'm going to focus on question 4,
All right.
right? But I'm going to make another page, empty one, move to 18.
Okay.
Okay. And then what is factorization? That's all I want to show you to, oh, my drawing back. Wait. Okay, I think, okay, got it. Okay, good. Okay, so 4 times 2 is primary school, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
4 times 2 plus 3 is still primary school.
Yeah.
And what you will do in primary school is, of course, you do the one inside bracket,
Yeah.
of course, right? You will do 5. 4 times 5 equals to 20. If you type this inside calculator, don't type this one, right? This is
Yeah.
not the one to type, correct? You should always type the original question. You will get 20, correct? Yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do something which is not, it doesn't feel intuitive, it doesn't feel natural, and it doesn't feel primary school. Primary school is not bad. I never ever hinted that to you. I always say, hey, your primary skill is still there. Good, let's use it.
Mm.
I'm saying that, oh, I need the primary school. You need the primary basics. Oh, you need the fraction. You need everything, right?
Mm.
So when I say I want to do something not primary school, I'm just saying that, okay, first of all, this is a bit new. This might seem like it's clashing your primary school, and some reason it becomes important in secondary. But I still need your primary school skill, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I never meant that bye-bye primary school skill.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is something very weird. Okay, this is primary school. Okay, now secondary. Very, very weird and very unnecessarily complicated, I feel. Although still gives you the same answer. So you know what I'm doing
Mm.
must be somehow correct.
Yeah.
Okay. In secondary, they describe this is not factorization, by the way. They describe this as expanding. I'm not sure why they call it expanding. Maybe because you're opening the bracket, or maybe say you open the bracket. Okay.
Mm.
I'll just call it in the most natural way. I'm doing a rainbow. That's what I'm doing.
Mm.
Okay. And not sure whether this makes sense or not, but obviously I'm doing 2 rainbows, which is to say 4 will affect 2 and 4 will affect 3 similarly. There you go.
Mm.
Okay. 4 times 2, there you go. That's my first rainbow, which is 8. 4 times 3, which is 12. 8 plus 12, 20, which is the same thing as this 20.
Yeah.
Let me confirm that you can roughly understand what's going on,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
but it also feels unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough, right? Now, before I explain why, I'm going to contrast with one other scenario first. Right? So this thing versus the other scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Versus 4. Hmm, I should do that. No, I should do that. Should do that. Yeah, I should do that. Now, what about if there is a minus? 2 minus 3. Okay. So I'm exploring 2 plus and then 2 minus. So 4 times minus 1, correct? Which
Mm.
is minus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Minus doesn't happen in primary school, but right now you should be quite confident.
Yeah.
So tell me, for secondary purposes, I do the rainbow. What will I get?
You get
4
uh
times 2,
yeah, 4
right?
times 2
4 times 2 minus.
plus minus, yeah, minus.
Minus.
Uh,
Minus 4 times 3.
4 times. Oh,
Still a rainbow. Still
uh-huh.
they call it expanding. Still whatever not. But the 4 is affecting the 2. The 4 is affecting the 3. Just don't forget the relationship between 2 and 3 is minus. So there you go lah. Minus
Mm,
lah.
okay.
Okay. So we know we are correct if the answer is the same as the primary method. Also, yeah, this overcomplicated thing at least is a correct way of doing things.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you will call this again, your teacher will call this expanding
Uh,
or open the bracket.
mm-hmm.
I guess that makes sense. Or I will call it rainbow.
Mm,
I'll immediately contrast it with something else. Okay. Okay. Now versus for the difference is the guy inside
mm,
times. Here's the difference. Now, use your primary method or whatever method you want. No special. What I'm trying to say is whatever you already know. You're already a secondary school, so you
mm-hmm.
have all the primary tools in your consideration. What should this result be? You can write down
24.
what you think should happen.
Okay.
24, which it seems to be you're thinking about 4 times 6 equals to 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, according to the calculator, this will be correct. So
Uh-huh.
we're not just imagining things. This is correct.
Yeah.
Now, if there is, the question is, do we rainbow this or not? Because you might be tempted to rainbow every time you see a bracket.
Mm,
You might be.
okay.
So again, back to secondary, there's this rainbow or opening the bracket lah, whatever. So
Mm.
do we rainbow or not?
No, I don't think so.
All right, and I agree with you. If
Uh-huh.
we rainbow, let's just check what happened. If we
It'll
rainbow,
still
that
be
means it's 4
24.
times 2 times 4 times 3, correct? That's what
Yeah.
rainbow means lah, I suppose.
Yeah.
This is no longer 24. Just check. This is 96.
Yeah.
Check using calculator. Right? No need mental.
Yeah, 96.
All right. Let's agree that 96 is wrong,
Yeah.
right? So therefore, rainbowing is wrong. In this
Mm-hmm.
situation, what's the difference? This is 4 times something plus something bracket. This
Uh-huh.
is 4 times 2 times 2, right? What is correct is, this will look weird, huh? This is correct. This is simply correct, which is 24.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It can also surprisingly be 8 times 3. There's nothing wrong with that. And
Mm-hmm.
also 24. My point is, there's no rainbow here for some reason. Because the 4 either only times 2, there you
4.
hit,
Yeah.
or the 4 only times 3, and then that's a 6, and then all of this will be correct.
Mm.
You don't have to combine them for certain, but if you want to, just affect one is enough.
Mm.
Whereas in plus and minus situation, you will affect both. You will.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. For the last comparison, 4 divided by 3. I'm sorry, 4 times 2 divided by 3. Bracket. Okay. Now, what do you think the answer will be using nothing special, just your own thoughts or your own abilities?
Uh, 8 out of 8 over 3.
Which I will agree with you. If you press the calculator like this, calculator will also say correct. So, well, we're happy with our
Mm-hmm.
understanding. Now, let's explore what is right and what is wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, if this is 4 times 2 divided by, right, 4
Mm-hmm.
times 3, this is definitely going to be 8 over 12, which is
Yeah,
wrong.
which is wrong.
That's wrong. 4 times 2 over 3, that's your 8 over 3, which is correct, right?
Uh-huh.
Just to be clear, 4 over, I mean, 4, I'm sorry, 2 over 4 times 3 is going to be 2 over 12, which is going to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So look at the plus and minus situation. It's called a rainbow. I just say it, a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 times 2 times 3, there is no rainbow involved. Not very sure why. I didn't explain why, but that is the case. There is no rainbow. Okay, 4 affects either one. 4 times 2 divided by 3 is very restrictive. You only affect the 2. You should never affect the 3. More restrictive than the previous scenario lah, the
Yeah.
time. So, okay, so far so good. All right.
Mhm.
Whether you memorize this or you understand this, you must be able to do this as a basic thing. This happens in secondary. Now, let me explain why the complication in secondary. Right? The complication is very simple because now you have letters.
Yeah.
You have letters, and X and Y you might not combine. So now if I imagine 2 as X and 3 as Y, you have no primary tool option. You cannot combine X plus Y
Yeah.
into 5. You cannot. You cannot combine X minus Y into minus 1. You only have the secondary tools, which is called a rainbow like that. If this is X and this is Y, then what you get will be 4X plus 4Y.
Okay.
Right? And then of course you should stop there because again, X and Y might not be able to combine. One of the things that you will learn is when can I combine them, whatever that means, and when can't I combine them? Plus and minus clearly cannot combine one.
Yeah.
There is nothing to do beyond saying it's X plus Y, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I put X and Y here, to keep it simple, 4 only affects once, and it is represented as 4XY. I mean, there's almost no change from this to this, okay? There's really almost no change. There is no rainbow, however, correct? There is no
Yeah.
rainbow. If this is X and Y, then what you will get is 4X plus Y, right? And then that's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Whether you memorize this or you understand this, feel free to discuss today. And now, to complete my introduction, where is factorization? We haven't talked about factorization at all.
Yeah.
Not whatsoever. Factorization is simply going from here to there. That's factorizing.
Okay.
Now, a few things to know. You may be more comfortable with the rainbow direction. You might be. Factorizing might not be something that you see as useful at all. None whatsoever.
Okay.
That's complicating a complicated matter. Why don't you just expand or rainbow and be done with it? I can understand the feeling. I have to show you the benefits of factorizing, but this is the weird thing about secondary one. They ask you to do factorizing, the reverse of rainbow, but they don't introduce to you the situations where it's beneficial. You will see a lot of benefits starting drum roll secondary 3. It's very, so even in secondary 2, you practice factorizing, but you may not reap too much benefits out of it. They just want you to do it.
Okay.
All right. I will try to introduce the benefits very early so that you see the point. Because if not, you will just see math as complicating your life.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a fair opinion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, I introduced to you X and Y. Let's go back. Okay. Let's forget about factorizing for now. Forget about it. Remember, I'm introducing to you the reason why there is the rainbow method, because secondary now feature X and Y, and X and Y you can no longer use primary method, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's make our own question. How do we do that? We still have, okay, I'm gonna move the empty page. Okay, sorry, you move one page back. Okay, page 19. So how do we make our own question? The same thing, you have to feature all the scenarios. So there's always the plus, minus, times, and divide scenario. You learn that way. If not, you will get confused when you switch scenarios. You may apply one rule to the other scenario, which doesn't work at all. As you can tell, all scenarios kind of work a bit differently.
Yeah.
So give me a random number, please.
5.
There's a 5, and then there's a times. There's a bracket, right? There's a
Yep.
bracket. So this will be later on plus, and then a minus, and then times, and then divide. Okay. So
Mhm.
I'll put the value here. Let's say this is 2x,
Okay.
and let's say this is 3y. Okay.
Okay.
You have 4 questions. Feel free to do them as you think fit.
Okay.
Again, something that may help you is, does this rainbow or not? That's the question. Do we rainbow this or not? What do you think?
Uh,
Rainbow means, okay, again, rainbow means you think 5 is affecting both. That's the simple thing about rainbow. Why do you rainbow? Oh, 5 affects both.
mm,
Both means the 2x and the 3y. So do you rainbow? That question means, do you affect both? Yes or no? What do you think?
yeah, I think it affects both.
All right. Then you try affecting both, which means you rainbow lah, and then I'll show you how to confirm it using calculator. Then you are less dependent on me lah.
Mm,
Okay, so you're affecting both, you're rainbowing, so to speak, and then you'll get all this, right? Okay.
yeah.
Now, since there's no guarantee that plus minus works the same, they look like, okay, both are rainbow lah, but there is no
Mm-hmm.
guarantee. What you're still learning.
Yeah.
So let's use the calculator. Look, bring in your calculator, random value on X, random value on Y. That's up to you, but store it first.
Yep. I think I already have stored. Yeah. 8
Yeah,
is
okay, which is
X
nice. Okay, and then there's a
and 6
Y.
is Y.
Is there Y?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So whatever, that's nice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how do you confirm? Very simple, right? You're gonna confirm your final answer and the original question. If they both give you the same, that means you are correct. Look, then give it a try, please.
That means I type in the original answer.
Original, which is not what you that one. Okay, so the
Okay.
minus lah. So
Okay.
5 times bracket la 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 la, right?
-10.
All right. So that's original question. So you try your final answer lah. You type your final answer.
10 x minus. It's -10.
All right. So A, don't
It's
know why, but the rainbow is correct,
yeah.
right? The rainbow is correct. Okay. You are now less dependent on me.
Uh-huh.
You are less dependent on answer key.
Mm-hmm.
That's good because in exam there is no answer key and there is no me lah, right?
Yeah.
There is you and calculator. And so that's why we use calculator, lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you figure out the times and you confirm yourself lah, right?
Mm.
confirming your division now. Okay,
Yeah.
good, good.
Yeah.
So because I know what happens, of course I agree with you
Mm-hmm.
both, and but you confirm that's good for you, right? Yeah, okay, okay. I think everything is correct. Lah. So
Yeah.
you have seen the four scenario. Frankly speaking, there is no other scenario for secondary one. Lah. It's just a variation of this.
Mm.
Okay. Now to complete the introduction, sorry, before that, clarify first anything.
No. I think.
Okay. Okay. So question one and question two, they call it you expand. Again, or I call it you rainbow. Again, rainbow means you affect both. That's what expansion means. Uh, question three and four, they don't call it expansion at all, even
Yeah.
though there's a bracket. So that might be a bit confusing, but what he means or what they mean and what I meant is that, hey, it doesn't affect both, you know.
Mm.
That's all we're trying to say. Does it affect both or not both? Now, what is factorizing? That means factorizing only applies to question one and two.
Mm.
Question one and two, factorizing simply you reverse your final answer into the original. Now, I
Okay.
want you to pretend that you do not know the original. Just write down 10x plus 15y, 10x minus 15y, and then you're going to somehow reverse it back. That is the feeling. See whether you can deal with that or not. All I'm asking you is to reverse the whole process
10x plus 15y.
in one. And then factorize this, please, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? You're going to somehow return to the original.
Uh, I would divide it by 5.
What would you do? Both. Both, you're going to divide by 5, correct?
Yeah.
Affecting both, right? Because originally it was affecting both, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're also affecting both, you're divided by 5. Okay, sure. How would you write that? Okay. Oh, that's 5 divided, not
Alright.
that divided by 5. Careful, careful.
Uh, mm, uh, here.
Okay, sure. If that's what you want to, you say you want to divide by 5, that works. Okay. Then what?
Press it in a calculator and hope for the best.
I mean, you do have the 2x plus 3y lah, right?
Yeah.
Correct. But you don't have the 5 times, right? The original one
Mm.
was 5
Yeah.
bracket that, right? Okay. So division by 5 must be part of it, but cannot be all of it lah, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, think about it again for another minute. See if you can figure out how to reverse the process.
Uh, I don't know how to do it. Kind of confusing.
Right. So now I'm going to reverse the process, right?
Mm.
Reverse the process. There are two ways to do it as far as I can tell. If you cannot accept both, you tell, you say, you don't force yourself, you ask more questions, you clarify. You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay. Giving you two options doesn't mean that both options may work on you. We're trying to find what works.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We're just trying to do that. Okay. So now on the right hand side, I do have this plus 15y. So the first method, then here's the second method. 5 times 2x plus 5 times 3y. In the back of my mind, I am aiming for 5 and 5 in the back.
Yeah.
Isn't that just your, you know, that's your transition between, the
Yeah.
original question, the
Mm-hmm.
final answer. That's all I'm doing, right? So I'm doing. You're just plotting the 5, but I didn't
Oh.
do any division whatsoever. I just factorized the 10. That's if they ask you to factorize, aren't I factorizing? But I'm factorizing the 10 lah. Oh, there you go. I am
Yeah.
factorizing the 15 lah, and
Uh-huh.
then I do the reverse rainbow lah, whatever that means. Ta-da, and then
Mm-hmm.
this might be more acceptable to you, this process lah.
Yeah.
So factorize each first before you kind of conclude in a certain way. That's what factorizing means here. Okay? Okay. So the second method will be 5 over 5. Somehow I have 5 over 5. This 5 over 5 is not magic. You do realize that 5 over 5 is just 1, right?
Yeah.
So when I say 1 times 10x plus 15, it's totally okay for me to do that. What do I mean by that? It's not okay if I suddenly do this, Suddenly I have 10, I have 5 times everything. That's not okay at all.
Uh-huh.
Correct? There is no reason for me to 5 times everything. I cannot just magically wish there's a 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm changing the question. But if I put 5 over 5, even though it looks weird, right? Even though it looks weird, hey, I can do that at least. It's just 1 time, so nothing changes. And yeah?
Uh-huh.
Now, why would I want to do that? Because I will do this. And then I will split the divide by 5 lah. Okay, inside.
Uh-huh.
How come I can do that? I'll leave it later for explanation, but that's my aim. My aim is to slide in the 5 inside. That's my aim.
Mm.
And then the inside is obviously what you have done, right?
Yeah.
10x plus 15y divided by 5 means both divided by 5 means it's 2x plus 3y.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, both works. As I said, both is fine for the teacher, sorry. But what works for you, right?
Uh-huh.
You can try both if you want. Okay. So look at this, and then close your Jamboard or whatever, and then try to do both if you're not sure which one works. Trying the first one, that you factorize separately, right? And then you do a final step, right? After you factorize separately, you kind of just right. That is actually fine. That's correct. That's the factorize separately method,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to try the other method?
Sure. But it's a bit confusing.
Uh, Try one more time. Just try once. If it is confusing, no need to do it. As long as you have another one, which is fine. As long as you have another one.
Okay. Is that how you do it?
It looks good to me. Yeah, that is
Okay.
correct. What do you think?
I think I've I like method one, but
Good.
I think method one will be kind of harder when the numbers are a bit bigger. Maybe like triple digit. If there is going to be two, but probably won't. Double digit, I think it'll be just a bit confusing. Uh, but I think method two is more like you can do it with single digit, double digit, and it's more like versatile, I guess you could say.
Well, in this situation, right? Since you feel like maybe one of them might suit you, right? This is not a
Yeah,
situation where you feel that both doesn't suit you, right?
yeah.
Okay. Still have to prove, right? Still have to prove because
Uh-huh.
right now you know the final answer, right? You
Uh-huh.
know the final answer, right? But you should do something. I'm gonna give you like that you don't know the final answer yet. Then give it a try, though, which one might work best. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna give you the question. It's a modification of what happened last week, lah, right? Just a bit
Mhm.
modified. Okay, got it. Okay, so write down you. There you go. And then the question is simply factorize this, please. Okay, use whatever method you want. You can use both for comparison. You are exploring what works for you. So take your time. Okay. I see what you're doing. What do you think?
Uh, I think method one is less confusing now that I think about it. It has less
Then do
steps.
method one. Correct. Do method one more. Do
Okay.
more of a method one. Right? There's let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Why is both accepted now? Do you know why? Because your teacher will, for some reason that I don't understand, your teacher will ask you to jump from the original directly to the final. That's what they expect.
Hmm.
So you adding more steps is, of course, not going to be penalized. That's one, because you're doing more than what they expect, right? In terms of
Yeah.
presentation. And you're clarifying yourself, which is what you're trying to do. You're not trying to gain more marks. You're just trying to clarify what's going on here. Of course, they won't penalize that.
Hmm.
And of course, your teacher will understand whichever you do. That's why I can say you can choose whatever method, because you're already doing more than what they will ask.
Hmm.
I feel that what they are asking is a bit weird lah, because I feel factorization is always the harder thing,
Hmm.
but there is no intermediate steps lah. So here I'm introducing you the help step lah, right before they teach you. Now I'm going to give you the exact same question from last week, see for yourself whether you can do it or not.
All right.
Okay. If there is a confusion, you're gonna ask lah, okay, what about this and what? Right? The question should appear now. There you go. That's the exact question from last week.
Okay.
If you're doing first method, you are factorizing separately, right?
Uh-huh.
First guy, you factorize. Second guy, you factorize.
Mm.
Try to do that first before you are. Don't entertain your doubt too much. Just try, man. Right? It's not exam, man, right? Just try. Okay, you're factorizing that first guy. Okay, sure, good. And then the second guy, you also factorize that, right? Okay, also 7, right? Also 7. And then where's your y? You're forgetting your y, right? There's a y, correct, right? Okay,
Mm.
good. So you're just doing the first method. The first method is to factorize both separately. You are doing that. So how do you close from here? Okay, how do you close? Okay. And before we do anything with this, do you feel that this is correct?
Not really, because the A and Y is together.
It's weird, right? No, no, as
Yeah.
in, no, okay, no, you're right that it is not finished. If that's what you mean, oh, it's
Yeah,
not finished. Agree with you, but is this at least correct?
I think so.
Okay, okay. So nothing wrong so far. Great.
Yeah.
Now tell you what, you don't just factorize 7. You can also factorize 8. You can do that one, right?
Mm.
So separately inside, okay, the 7 is out, so to speak, right? The 7 is out. Inside, you focus on what can be factorized. It's no longer the number. The letters can also be factorized, if that makes some sense.
Mm.
Would you please try that?
Uh, I can factorize the letters.
Yep.
Uh, A times Y.
So 8 times 3y lah, correct or not?
Yeah, A times 3Y.
A times 3y. So you're declaring that A is factorized. So go ahead, write it down. A times 3y, right? So you just leave the 7 out, right? You just write down the 7 times. It's just outside. Okay, 8 times. Okay, 7 times the bracket. Okay, then A times 1, right? A times 1. That's how you factorize the A minus A times
A
3y.
times 3Y.
Now, before you do anything, close the bracket first and look at this. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, because
Is this
the
still the first method? Is this still factorized separately?
yeah,
Still or not? Same thing lah.
yeah.
Nothing new. Can you
Uh-huh.
accept?
Yeah.
Then all you have to do is close. How do you close?
7 times bracket.
If you're just putting the A out, right?
Mm.
So just put the A out low. Correct or not? You don't have to do kind of like a double bracket. If what you're thinking, you don't have to. You can just put
Sure.
A outside.
Oh, put outside here. Like
Yeah, can you again? Yes, you can do that. Yeah. 7
7
times A,
times
if you like. 7
A
times A and then times, and then times. Yeah, sure,
bracket
sure.
times
Okay,
bracket
sure. Yeah. And then whatever is left, lah, so to speak.
A.
Hey, how come there's A left?
Oh yeah,
What are you talking about?
3y
No, where's
or
the one?
yeah, 1 minus
3Y.
3y.
Before you confirm, isn't this what happened for the 7? You're just doing for the A what you are doing for the 7.
Mm,
That's all. Correct or not?
yeah.
It may feel weird. Yeah, obviously lah. First time,
Mm,
first time factorizing letter and
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it feels weird, but you're not doing anything different, is what I'm trying to say.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you confirm using your calculator, right? Calculator will finally tell you one, right? So go ahead.
Uh,
Tell me if you have trouble. Yeah?
the answer is different. Uh,
Show me your typing first. Show me your typing first, right? Did you put something in A just to confirm?
oh my, I forgot
Because
to put.
what you type, you didn't put the A, right? You just put X and Y, careful, right? So you should put A, okay? Make it less confusing.
Yeah, something on A. Alright.
Okay, good. Type the A, type the Y, la 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 la.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Okay, yeah, see. So as weird as this looks, the calculator says you're correct. I also think you're correct. And you're just doing the first method.
Mm,
That's all you're doing. You don't have to do the second method. There's nothing wrong with not doing that. Clear, yeah?
yeah.
Whether this looks easy or hard, you will practice this a lot, maybe in term two lah. They kind of put a lot of emphasis, first of all, in the expansion and then the
Mm,
factorizing, right? Okay, any questions so far?
no.
Okay, now let me introduce to you some other things, some variations,
Uh-huh.
so that you know what you're learning is useful.
Okay.
Now nothing else is new.
Yeah.
Nothing else is new. This is just variation. More variation should be, you should be more solid, lah, right? Because
Yeah.
you're not memorizing stuff, you are trying to understand stuff. Now, the problem is we run out of pages. 20 is the maximum, lah, right?
Yeah.
20 is the maximum. I don't want to switch because it will be confusing.
Mm. We'll probably just
Can
leave
I
it.
erase? You check out page 6 and page 7. Can I erase that? I'm asking you permission because remember in this tuition, this is your Jamboard.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't change it too much if you don't like. Do you mind if we erase
Yeah,
6 and 7,
sure.
or you can erase some other one? Okay, then you erase it. You're using a page, maybe you try. Do you know how to do that?
Uh, clear frame. Yeah.
Oh no, that's clearing the page. Make it easy. You can even erase, like just make the whole page gone. Do you know how to do that?
Uh, yeah. Delete.
Okay, there you go. Okay. One more, maybe one more. Maybe if you can, maybe another one you can
Uh,
delete. Okay, great. Okay, now we go back to the page, and then we have more lah. Okay, I'm gonna move this guy in front there. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, good. Okay. So I'm at page 19 right now, right?
yeah.
Next time we'll make our own Jamboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, I prefer not to use the word factorize or expand or no, I prefer not to use the word expand or open the bracket
Mm-hmm.
because that word is not consistent. Sometimes when you open the bracket, you don't affect both, something like that,
Mm.
right? So instead, I'll use the word rainbow to mean it affects both. Now, I'm
Mm.
going to give you another example. This is A plus 2B minus 3C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There are three things in front, inside. No?
Yeah.
So this is a variation. Just now there was two, now there was three. So my question still remains, right? Do I affect all or do I affect one only? What do you think?
Think affects all.
Yeah. So then we call it, okay, we rainbow lah. Here we
Uh-huh.
rainbow. And then the answer will be equals to 5A plus 10B minus 15C.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? You can write the middle working. I have no problem at all. Right?
Yeah.
This is your factor. This is your expansion. I don't like to use that word. I call it rainbow. The reverse, what do you call it? What's the reverse? The
Uh,
reverse process. They call it to
uh,
factorize.
I have it there.
Why? Because you choose the first method. The first method is to factorize separately, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Minus 5 times 3c, correct?
Yeah.
And then you have
Fine.
5a plus 2b minus 3c. There you go. You factorize separately and then,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay lah. If there's 3, I also rainbow. Right? Now, compare that with this situation. This situation, they don't call it, they almost never call it to expand. They don't call this to expand. Okay,
Mm.
I've never shown you this scenario. I'm just dividing by 5 behind. But the question remains the same. Does it affect all or does it affect only one?
Uh, pretty sure that affects all.
All right. Now, they don't call this expanding. They don't call this opening the bracket. They don't call this rainbow. Don't ask me why. But you're right, it affects all. And that is the most important thing. Does it affect all or does it not affect all? That's all. A over 5, if you really want, plus 2b over 5 minus 3c over 5. And this will be correct.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. Let's see whether you can tolerate one more variation. Look at what I'm doing. This last one, if you don't understand, we'll just not do it for now. I'm just showing you. Who
Okay.
knows? You may understand it. Does it make sense what I'm doing?
A bit. It.
All right.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm just factorizing separately, right? And I'm focusing on the fact that there's a 1 over 5, lah, correct? That's all I'm
Uh.
focusing on, right? So I'm not doing something new, and then suddenly I have this, lah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, now I'm declaring that whether that's obvious or not, this is the same as that. Exactly. Look at that. This is just that.
Yeah.
This is just
Uh-huh.
that. Does that make any sense? Then you can probably accept what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to continue the variation, then there isn't much left to teach you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then I'll put 5, and this is A times 2B divided by 3C, for example.
Hmm.
Do we rainbow or not? Meaning, do we affect all or not?
I don't think so.
So just one. Okay, which one?
A, I think. Or,
Okay, 5a times 2b over 3c. Usually I change the format, look. I change the
or
division into fraction. That usually makes things look better. Usually
yeah.
lah. Okay, that's me affecting 5. And then I can even do this lah. Remember, A and B doesn't combine very well. They just sit side by side, whatever. But 5 and 2 sometimes can combine. And in this case, I believe they can combine.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Now, I just want to invite you to confirm that this is correct. Just to confirm.
Just check with the calculator.
Yeah. So you need to have something on A, B, and C lah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, correct.
So I hope I make myself clear. I'm telling you to think about, does it affect all or does it affect one? If it
Mm.
affects one, which one? That's what I'm saying. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. All right. The last variation should look very difficult if you do not know the principle. So let's see. Let's see. The variation is obviously like that. 2b divided by 3c. And then I'm going to simply divide this by 5. Think about it. Affect one or affect all? If affect one, which one? You do, you confirm. If you're
If
confused, please ask, right?
I think it affects one.
Okay, which one? Sometimes there are a lot of options, sometimes there's only one. Who knows? You try.
3C or
I mean, you can guess, but I'm asking you to, try and check using calculator, lah, right? That's what I'm asking you to do.
2 out of 5. Okay. 3C. Three C or 5. Okay, this one I think I don't know how to do it.
But you need to at least give me an option or give yourself an option. At least, write something and, you're guessing, but guess something, right? Because
Okay.
I don't see any writing here, right? So
Yeah.
guess something, it's fine, we are way ahead,
Mm.
don't worry. Wait, sorry. Let me see what you do. Okay, now I can see. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me see. Oh, okay. You test first and tell me whether you're right or wrong. Okay. Of course, this is the most complicated one. Okay. To be
Yeah.
fair, yes. This is the most complicated one. True. Test first. Please conclude whether you're right or wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm wrong.
Okay. Right. Now, I will try my best to make it clear why the right answer is right. I'm not going to even tell you what's the right answer. Okay. I think I can kind of make it better. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the common technique I use is whenever convenient, I switch between fraction or division.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes fraction makes things better, so I should do that.
Yep.
Sometimes division make it better, so I just switch. So for example, some people will prefer this lah, to be fair. Some people prefer this compared to that. This looks more complicated
Yeah.
to them. Fine. No?
Uh-huh.
You look at it from a division point of view, that's fine. This
Uh-huh.
is for A math student. Lah. When one day you take A math, this is like super useful.
Uh-huh.
Even by then, there are some A math students who are not comfortable with this at all. That's unfortunate. It's very useful in A math. Hey, but in E math, E math is just your continuation of normal math. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and this is totally fine. Whatever. Now that's an example of not using fraction but using division. Hey, I'm gonna use the other example, which is now I'm going to use fraction and see whether that improves your understanding of them. I
Mm-hmm.
just changed the inside there. Would that be okay? Doesn't look so bad, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look bad at all. Correct or not? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. So I'm not making it confused. And for some reason, I'm now changing division 5 into times 1 over 5, which of course I can do. Does that make any sense? I can do that.
Yeah.
Lah. The question is, does it make this more doable? That's the question to you. Would you change your final answer if you look at this?
Probably.
All right, then change it to something and then test it out. What would be your final answer, right?
Uh,
You need a hint? Please tell me. Yeah? So you have a different final answer. Please
yeah.
check.
Yeah, it's correct.
Okay, all right. So this example of sometimes fraction is more helpful. In other cases, sometimes division is just better.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I say, don't discount the fact that, division 5 is better, sometimes it's better, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here is better. I agree, here is better. It's just more straightforward for
Yeah.
plus and minus. But when you have a lot of division, hey, turns out that fraction may help me more.
Yeah.
Be flexible in your thinking, be
Uh-huh.
flexible, right? Don't think about one method as the best method for everything. That just doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just not right. You lose something if you think like
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay, so I have covered basically the second most important thing in algebra, which is rainbow and the reverse, right? Rainbow and the
Yeah.
reverse. When it is not reverse, yada yada, papaya. The first most important thing is the double sign, the plus
Mm-hmm.
minus interaction. Like you already covered that. Now with this two, any form of algebra. Oh, sorry, I already covered the third thing. The fact that you can change from division to fraction, vice versa.
Yeah.
I turns out that I covered that for you.
Yeah.
You will see that these three things will allow you to deal with many forms of question. Yeah,
Mm.
but that's for next week lah.
Okay.
Okay. Jason, any other questions?
No, nothing.
Good job for today, and I will see you next week. Next week is
Bye.
break, but we'll just do normal time. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, Abigail, I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right? On your video. Wait. What happened last time? Uh, you're using your Chromebook. Yeah, okay. When things are safe, you use your Chromebook, right? In that sense.
Yeah.
Um, you still have only your normal phone, right? I mean your own phone. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. When that happens, again when the double thingy happens, I will immediately ask you to switch to your phone, lah, whether WhatsApp or Zoom, lah. Probably Zoom better. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Today happens to be only you, one person, so it's a good time to show you certain things. Never mind. Update me first. All right. What updates do you have, Abigail?
So I already went through all my exams for like this term and I got back my results already.
Cool. You got back your results. All right. Okay. Do you want
Um,
to tell me more?
nah.
Um, but even though you don't want to tell me more, I do still require my student to take a picture of the working because I need to see what happened, right?
No,
Whether good or bad.
I don't have the paper yet.
You're saying, sorry?
My teacher took back my paper.
Right. Right. Now I have a question on that then. Uh, some schools have the habit of keeping their students' paper, lah, working, right? Do you think your school will be like that?
No, it's because like I had my exam, like I had my math exam this week on Tuesday, and then they still have to do
Yeah.
some standardization, so they have to take it back.
Uh, then they will return it later on. Okay.
Yeah.
When they return it, please take a picture of your math, right? So E-math, A-math, and science law, right? So that I know what goes on in exam, right? This will relate to exam skills. I will adjust if I sense anything in the exam side of things, then I will introduce that more as we go. Okay, that's the goal. Okay. So please take a picture of that. Anything else that you want to update?
No, that's it.
Okay. Next week is break, right?
Yeah.
Tuition should be normal, so just normal timing and everything. Please tell me, do you have, for example, holiday homeworks?
Yeah, I actually like uploaded some chemistry homework I need help on the Jamboard.
All right. Okay. Let me do that right now. So you have chosen chemistry, and that's fine. Science, Abigail, am I correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Is this like holiday homework or is this just homework?
it's just homework.
I understand. All right. Page 17. Okay, sure. Again, Abigail, it is your prerogative, your initiative, your right, so to speak, to delete any pages in the Jamboard or to create a new one. I'm saying this because, we almost run out of pages, right? That's up to you. But I won't do that because I consider this your Jamboard. So I don't want to delete anything. You go and delete if you want to, or you make a new one if you want to. Okay? Right. Okay. So I'm looking at all this. Great. Now, what is your question?
But I'm not sure what they mean starting from question 2B to like 2D.
Your mic is off a little bit. I cannot hear the full sentence. Please try again.
I don't understand what the question wants from 2B to like 2D.
I see. Okay. So 19 and 41, right? Okay. Okay. Now, whether chemical symbol or whatnot, but how can it be H if, first of all, you do not know that it is H? B is still talking about X, Correct. B is still talking about X. Does that make any sense? You shouldn't be writing H, even though I agree H has 1, 2. That's a nice isotope of H. H can be 1, 1 or 1, 2. If you don't understand that, please tell me. You okay?
I understand.
But it is not H though. Not H11, not H12. The 2 is not the problem here. We're talking about X here. And X clearly does not look like a H because the proton number is 19. What is the proton number of H? It must be 1. I hope that makes sense, yeah?
Mm.
Now, if that makes sense, then what would you do?
I will change the answer.
Okay, go ahead. This is where you please do on the Chromebook so I can follow it. Paper because I cannot follow. Okay, okay. I totally agree with you. Now, do you have a periodic table with you?
No.
If you don't have, do you have your TYS or your textbook? They usually have periodic table.
Yeah.
All right. If you have, then go look at it. If not, we'll open Google Drive. Also have one.
Okay.
Okay, either one. Now, I want you to identify the element X using the periodic table. It should be quite easy. If you're confused, please tell me. Okay, tell me when you're back. Yeah.
I can't find it.
You can't find, then you must go to Google Drive. You just go to one of the OChem question, right? The Chem question. You immediately find the periodic table inside, and then you paste it here. If you cannot, please tell me immediately, right? Since we're dealing with periodic table, might as well we have one. Don't Google it because the periodic table that you Google will be too fancy or too confusing. Don't want, don't want. Let's use the one that they provide. It's much easier, much simpler to use. You have trouble finding it, please tell me. And here again, if you have trouble, please tell me.
I can't get a full picture.
You can get up there. Sorry, what did you say? You did get it. Sorry.
I cannot get like a full picture of the thing.
No, how come you cannot? Wait, what? Oh, make it smaller. Make it smaller. There's a. Oh, you cannot make it smaller. That's very weird. You cannot make it smaller. Okay, your mic is terrible. Yeah, your laptop's mic is very terrible. Uh, hmm. Never mind for now. Never. Why? Because I think you can find who is X here. Now, if you cannot, please tell me because I'm pretty sure you should be able to. Let's use this half period table. If you're confused, you gotta tell me. Who is it, Abigail? Who do you think X is?
Potassium.
Okay, your mic is very bad today. Yeah? You speak something and the mic cuts you off. Huh? I'm gonna do something. If this doesn't work, then I will ask you to take a headset, okay? Because your mic have been causing us trouble, okay? And I don't want you to shout. Okay. Okay. Get as big as possible. Okay, try. Okay. Tell me again, who do you think X is?
Potassium.
Potassium, I agree. Now, are you troubled with the 41 versus 39?
Yeah.
You are bothered and tell you what, you shouldn't be. That is the whole point of isotope. Okay, you already define isotope very well. Now learn from your definition. Look at that. Same proton, different neutron.
Oh.
Now, the definition needs to include something like this, okay? Oh, no, it's even included. It's the same element. See, your definition is perfect. The learning point here is in our universe, the universe that God created. Potassium, proton should always be 19. That will always behave like a potassium guaranteed. That will always behave like a group 1 guaranteed, but the 39 can actually change. Don't know how it changed, but it can change. It can. That's the learning point of isotope. One more time, it behaves like a potassium. It is potassium. It is not something else. It's not potassium fake. It's not potassium second grade. It is potassium. Do you understand?
Yes.
That should clarify your C. Now, do your C?
Huh?
Yeah, that should help you with C already. You have 19, X41 is potassium. It's nice to know. Nice to ground you. Then what's the number of proton, neutron, electron? Yeah. It's not 111. It's not. Are you answering something using the Chromebook? Are you confused? There you go. Okay. I did. Okay, good. And I very nice. Okay. Now, number of electrons. Okay.
What is electronic structure?
Okay, let me give you some hints because I think you already covered this, yeah, before I stop. It is the, 288 something, something kind of something like that. Like you break down the electrons into proper subshells. The 19 doesn't stay by themselves. They are broken down into groups of 2 and 8 and whatever. Am I making any sense right now? Am I making any sense? Can you hear? How come I cannot hear you? What's going on? Can
Hello,
you, are you speak? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. Now I can hear you. Am I making any sense?
can you repeat that?
Okay. The answer should be something like this. You tell me immediately whether you understand or not.
No, I don't understand.
This is extremely weird.
No, my teacher hasn't teach me this yet.
Again, because you switch subjects very often in tuition, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but I have trouble understanding the behavior of your class. Usually I can predict a lot of things when I understand them. Right? Now, your teacher haven't teach you isotope or your teacher hasn't teach you electronic structure.
She hasn't teach me electronic structure yet.
And yet he gives you the isotope and the electronic structure homework. Obviously, right? So tell me, why is he doing this? This is electronic structure. Isotope is not a very important topic. It's good to know one. Electronic structure is an extremely important topic. It carries forward one. Isotope, not too much lah. So I'm concerned about the electronic structure. Could you tell me why, Abigail, that your teacher asked you to do electronic structure when he hasn't teach it, he hasn't taught it?
Well, actually, so like this whole question thing is like from a big worksheet, and the teacher told me to do 3 and 4. So this page that we're doing right now is page 4. But originally, what she wanted, like during class, she was talking about how to draw like how to draw the electronic structure. But I'm not sure
So, mhm,
for this part. I don't know if she
okay.
wants us to do this part. I'm just
Okay,
doing it.
so she did taught how to draw already, which is like that means that she has taught it, right? She is
Yeah.
okay. So let me draw something, therefore, see whether it makes sense or not. Okay, let me draw. So okay, X, right? I know X is potassium, but let's pretend that we don't know, right? Okay. Mhm. Okay. Again, am I making some sense here?
Yes.
Okay. And then last one is what? Now, how do I know how to draw this? Your teacher would say something like this. Hey, bro. Hey, everybody. Again, 19 doesn't group themselves in one orbit. Right? That's not how they do things. It's more like a solar system. But the solar system is weird. Okay? Our solar system, one orbit, one planet. Lah. This solar system, the first orbit, two planet, two electron in that sense, and that's it. The second one, 8. The third one, 8. The last one, usually we don't have a chance to fill it. Actually, the last one is going to be 18. But again, we don't have any chance of filling it O-level. They kind of limit their syllabus. So we never reach 18. 2, 8, 8. 2 is full, 8 is full, 8 is full. Don't know why. Don't know why. They probably don't explain that. They also don't explain why the two will stay together here. But these two does not seem to stay together. They also don't explain that. But they do ask you to draw it this way. 2, 8, 8. And finally, 1. 1 is just what is left. How do I know what is left is 1? Because total is 19. How do I know 19? Because of this one. Am I making any sense right now?
Yeah.
Now, since the electronic structure have no place for drawing, I mean, I can draw this, right? But he never say draw, so I do the shortcut though, 2.8.8.1. That's just the shortcut for the drawing.
Okay.
If you don't understand this or something very weird, you gotta ask. Electronic structure is a very important topic. Yeah.
No, I understand.
All right. Then can you do the last one? The charge on ion form depends on your knowledge on the electronic structure. I mean, sounds very fancy lah, but if you don't know electronic structure, you might not be able to answer it. Can you?
I don't know what this question is talking about.
Means. Right. Okay. So now, but you know what is an ion. So do you know what's an ion?
No.
Okay. Then let me explain. It's very simple one. It's very simple. In the end, the behavior of the elements are rather simple to understand. That's the point of Sec 3 O-level, Sec 3 chemistry. It's O-level chemistry, but Sec 3. That is the point. Their behavior is rather easy to understand or predict. Okay, they don't behave too randomly or too erratically. One, for example, everybody, not just potassium, will have 2 inside, and then 8 and then 8. Everybody which have enough electron, right? So for example, next to K, there's Ca. So Ca will also be 288, but the other one is 2 lah. So if I put another one here, this will now be Ca. Did that make sense?
Yes.
The only difference between potassium and Ca, calcium, is this one electron here. The rest behaves exactly the same. Can you accept that?
Yeah.
Can you accept that? Now for the ion thingy. Have your teacher told you that K, potassium, and Ca, calcium, are unhappy by themselves? They can use the word unstable. All right. Then let me tell you the story, right? These two represents happiness, completeness, stability. I'm not saying that the Ca and the K are human beings, but I'm just pretending. When I say they are happy, the 2 is happy, the 8 is happy, complete, full, I mean one thing. I mean they don't want to change. Because you're happy, man. Am I correct, Abigail? If you're happy with your situation right now, you might not want things to change. Correct?
Yes.
Then I will say that you are in a stable situation or stable position. That's not the word stable that we use in daily life. We use stable to mean that that person is not chaotic or that person is not unpredictable. That's the word stable in daily life. I'm using the word stable here to mean that you don't want to change. You just want to stay constant or stay the way it is. That's the word stable in chemistry. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Now, if you are unhappy, Abigail, that probably means you want things to change one way or another. For example, you're unhappy with your room. You either go out of the room, right? You're unhappy with your room, you go out of your room now, or you change your room. You either make it tidier, if that makes you happier, or you make it messy because you're currently feeling very bad. You may even trash your room, as long as you don't trash the house, right? Your mom will say, hey, what's happening? What's going on? But as long as you don't trash the house, feel free to trash your room and then maybe tomorrow tidy it back. My point is, if you're unhappy, you want certain things to change. Okay? Of course, when you're unhappy, the best solution is to change what is inside, not what is outside. But to be fair, it's very difficult to change what's inside. It's just easier to change what's outside first. Okay? If you don't like this food, you can either change your taste, which is hard to do, or you can change food, which is easier to do, I suppose. All right. The point is, when you're unhappy, you want to change. Make sense, yeah?
Yes.
We call that reactive in terms of chemistry. What does reactive mean? You must understand, very important in chemistry. Reactive means you want to react. Now, has it come to your mind? If you react as a chemical element, as a element is just, Element is just element like. If an element reacts, do you understand that that element experience change? There is no such thing as a reaction where the element does not change. No such thing at all. If you don't understand that connection, tell me immediately. That's like the most important thing.
I understand.
All right, then let me say summarize that. Before then, I tell you what does this have to do with ion thing, right? Okay. Again, if you are happy in chemistry or in life, in happy, no change, please. Correct? No change. No change, please. Therefore, you are stable, which again means you no reaction, please. If possible, I don't want to change. If change, then I might not become happy. I might become less happy. No change, no reaction, stable, happy. All this means about the same thing in chemistry. The reverse, unhappy, right? Unhappy. So unhappy, when you're unhappy, you want change. Okay, whether internal, external, whatever, you want change. So they don't call this unstable. Feel free to use the word unstable, but they will use the word reactive more often. If that makes sense, reactive and stable kind of opposite of each other lah. Reactive means unstable. Stable means unreactive, if that makes some sense. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay, so now you know what they mean, and I'm going to just write it down for you because they keep using these words. Unreactive, that's what it means. But the most important thing is not to memorize that. The most important thing is to recognize that you will want to react. Reaction, please. Because reaction is the way to change. There is no way to react without changing. If you don't want to change, don't react lah. That is now the story of our life and the elements life. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Abigail? Can you hear me? Abigail, can you hear me? Abigail, can you hear me?
Hello?
Abigail, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Um, might as well try this. Do you have any headset that you can use? Any simple headset?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, sorry. I need to do something. Sorry, just a minute. Just a minute. Please get your headset and see whether that improves everything. Let's just try it.
Oh, I don't know how to split into it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Sorry. What do you mean by I don't know how to speak? Sorry.
Okay, wait, let me try first. Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It feels very noisy. Wow. Okay, this is not the problem of headset. This is not your problem. The Chromebook does have problem. The Chromebook does have problem. May I know how you plug in your headset? Is it through the USB port or through the audio port?
Um, I'm using Bluetooth.
Oh, the connection is terrible. I don't know how to explain it. I hear a lot of background noise, a lot of filter. Never. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to ask you to take off the Bluetooth headset. Now, before you do that, can you tell me in your Chromebook, do you have an audio jack or a USB port? Anything of that kind?
Yes.
Audio have, right? Audio have, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll pass you an audio headset at church. Okay, let's not use the Bluetooth one. It's actually also quite bad. Okay, okay. Okay, please switch back to normal. Okay, tell me when you're ready. Okay, tell me when you're ready. You're back, yeah? Okay, now
Yeah, I'm
regarding
back.
the happy and unhappy. Now regarding the happy, this is always the concept you think about in chemistry. Now I'm gonna say something that might seem new lah. In general, calcium or potassium, I just use these two examples. Calcium or potassium is unhappy, reactive, wants to change, wants a reaction. Let me explain what this means. It usually means gaining or losing electron. So I'm going to add something else. Reaction means to either gain or lose electron. No reaction means to maintain the electron. Now, you're a physics student also. Do you feel personally that electron is a physics thing? It's not a chemistry thing. Do you feel like that?
What?
One more time. You're a physics student also. Do you personally feel that electron is a physics thing? It's not a chemistry thing, man. Do you feel like that?
I don't understand.
If you don't understand, then that's fine. I'll declare from now on, electron is pretty much a chemistry thing. They are very obsessed with electron. Electrons, 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 electrons. They are not very obsessed with protons, and they are also not very obsessed with neutrons. Electrons, 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 electrons. They do find proton and neutron useful. Later on, you'll see why. But electrons, 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 electrons. So here I tell you, C and K is unhappy. Don't know why, but I'm telling you that they want a reaction, and that means either gaining or losing electron. Okay. Now, the electronic structure is an effort to explain why they are unhappy, why they want to either gain or lose electron. When I look at this electronic structure, I immediately can tell they want to lose electron, not gain. In fact, I can tell how many electron they want to lose. That is enough understanding. I can understand Ca perfectly just by looking at that. Now, if this is X, I look at the electronic structure, I immediately understand he does not want this one electron. What is the reason? To him, 2 is full, complete, empty, happy. 8 is full, complete, empty, happy. 8 is full, complete, empty, complete, happy. This guy is incomplete. This guy is an extra. He does not want that electron. Has your teacher tell you something like this?
No.
Then I am honored to be the first one to tell you he does not want this guy. Simple lah. Okay. He's totally fine with the inner guys. Please don't lose that. Please don't disturb that inner peace, so to speak. But that one guy, if possible, I want to lose it. So just by looking 2881, you know that he wants to lose the one, the outermost one, the one which is not complete, not perfect, yada, yada. Losing one, he becomes ion, and therefore he becomes happy. If K or X has an opportunity to become K plus 1, losing one electron, he will become happy. He thinks like that. He behaves like that. He wants to do that. Very important. First time hearing this, do you roughly can accept what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm changing this to Ca. Therefore, I must change the electron number, correct? Here's Ca. There, I put another one. That's your Ca20. Look, am I making any sense?
Yes.
Ca is unhappy just like K is unhappy. Now tell me how to make Ca happy.
Remove
Remove what?
two.
Remove what? Again, your mic is acting up. Remove what?
Remove two electrons.
Electron. I totally agree with you. Ca is unhappy. He wants to change. He wants to react. Reaction means, in this case, losing electron. What does Ca become? When he has the opportunity to lose electron, what does he become?
Becomes positive.
What positive, or how many number positive? You must declare it.
10.
No, Ca2 plus. Ca2
Oh.
plus represents the loss of two electrons. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
I would like to declare here at this point that there is no such thing as Ca plus. Maybe humanly speaking, I want to lose two. Maybe losing one is a good deal. Ca say no. Take two or just don't. Don't disturb me. Either you take all or you don't. That's also very important. That's the behavior. K does about the same thing. There is no such thing as K2 plus. There is no such thing as K3 plus. I just want to say there's also no such thing as K3 plus. Either you take one for K or nothing at all. For Ca, either you take two or nothing at all. Just let me be. I'm already unhappy. But if you want to take two, feel free. I will be very happy. That's for Ca. For K is one. In this sense, the behavior of the elements are very predictable. You know what they want, you know what they will become. And that is what you're learning in Sec 3. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The question C reflects that, though. How come he asks you proton, neutron, electron, and then electronic structure, and then charge of ion? Because he wants you to understand that that is what K tends to do. That's all. It doesn't seem that way, but it is just a very important thing. Any question on B and C?
No.
Now, for D, it is just a matter of periodic table. Hey, we're still using the periodic table. Very simple one, okay? Group simply means the column. Maybe you have to memorize this. Periodic simply means the row. You just count, no? What is this column? Column number 1, correct or not?
Yes.
Group 1. Group is column. Don't ask me why though. I'm so sorry. You gotta memorize that. Now the period is the row. Which row is this?
First row.
No. Where is K? Come on, man. Wait. Do you have trouble locating who is column and who is row? Which one's horizontal? Which one's vertical? Do you have the trouble? You have that trouble? No. Surprisingly, it's not 3. It's 4. You're missing the H and the HE. That's the row number 1. Do you understand? Therefore, this is row 4. Oh, your mic is very bad. No, your laptop is not your mic. The Chromebook is messing. Oh, Chromebook, what do you do? Okay, please write down 4 and then you have question 4. Now, When you're ready, let's move on to the next question.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, what is your question here?
I don't understand anything.
Very simple, periodic table. So copy and paste.
Can you help?
Can you tell me why? Do you have trouble pasting? Is that the reason why?
Well, I can't get a full picture of the periodic table anyway.
Man, your Chromebook is not good, is it? But how do you solve that problem? Probably just live with it. Probably. Let's live with it for now. Let us do so. Okay, coming right up. Okay. Oh wait, you can what? You can rotate the page what? No, you can. Okay. Okay, next time we'll do that. Okay, if you rotate the page, you'll probably get the full screenshot. Okay. Now, you probably do a lot of locating in the periodic table. They give you the full one. I'm going to give you some good news.
Yeah.
Let's wait for a while. I'm pasting, but I'm waiting. It's a bit long. There you go. Okay. So here's the good news. Okay. Look at me. Look at me. Especially in term one, this one will never be used. Okay. So you're going to have to bother about that. Almost all the middle one will never be used, at least in term one. So here's the middle one. I'm going to cut off everything. Okay, before I cut off, I'll tell you which one you will use sooner or later. Zinc, copper, Fe, Ag, Au, and that's basically it. The rest are not very important, right? Okay, so only 5 is very popular in the middle ground. The rest, just go and ignore them lah. So right now, I'm just going to ignore all of them, okay? Yeah, even the ones that are supposed to be popular later on. So far, so good?
Yes.
What else can I ignore? Well, I can basically ignore everything else. Sorry. I can basically pay very high attention to 20 and below. So from 20 to 1, okay? That is very important from 20 to 1. Today we cover 19, okay? Look at your MCQ. It talks about 5, 7, 9, 11. Isn't that the proton number, right? Silicon is here. Silicon here is 14. Look at that. This is 14. Element with proton number 4, blah, 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 blah. The point is you are not exceeding 20, at least at the start, from 1 to 20, that's all they will cover. So it's almost as if you're ignoring everything else. Okay. Almost as if. Slowly but surely, they'll introduce some more. Okay. So look, actually, your periodic table is only from 1 to 20. Okay, would that be okay?
Yeah.
You do have to be very familiar from 1 to 20. That much is true. So now, let's talk about question 12. Let me confirm that proton number is very easy to see in periodic table.
Yes.
It's also from 1 to 20, always in order. Okay, so element that will not be found in the same period. Period is, okay, let me ask you something first, because they want to talk about group and period, right? Let me ask you a preference. Do you want to talk about group and period as column and row? Some people find that helpful. Or some people just like the word vertical and horizontal. Some people also find that better. Which one do you like? Column row or vertical horizontal? Or if it doesn't work, tell me.
Just group period is fine.
Okay. Then, same period. Just look at it. Where is 5, 7, 9, and 11? You should know from the table. I'm going to circle them. Please circle 7, 5, 7, 9, 11. There's your 5, there's your 7, there's your 9, and then there's your 11. Is the answer clear? Okay. You say group and period is fine. What is group?
Group.
Again, what is group? Horizontal, vertical, column, row. That's all group means, for now. Horizontal or vertical? Column or row? Which one is group?
Column.
I agree with you. So period means?
Row.
So which of the following proton number will not be found in the same row?
11.
So the answer is 11. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, that's all. Can we move on to question 13?
Yeah.
How do we know electron? He say valence electron. Okay, valence electron is something very important. Surprisingly, you already know what that is. Before I say valence electron, can I ask you, how do we know the electron number from the periodic table? How can we know?
Proton number is the same.
Okay, proton number is usually the same as electron number unless you gain or lose lah. Okay, but he say element, so element haven't gained or haven't lost lah. Stays the same, so good lah. So now you have 9, 2, 19, and 14 lah. Now I hope you can find silicon right now. Please go and find. I promise you it's just between 1 and 20. Is it correct or not? Can you find silicon? Please circle silicon for me. Good. So I add 14 there, yeah? Again, not bluffing, it's only from 1 to 20. Now, what does the word valence mean? Valence is a very fancy word. Valence simply means the outermost. If you remember from our drawing previously, I'm going to just screenshot that. The outermost electron is what causes the element to feel happy or unhappy. Okay? In the case of Ca, the valence electron is 2. Those 2 causes Ca to be unhappy. In terms of potassium, the valence electron is 1. 1 causes him to be unhappy. Let me confirm that teacher haven't told you this one more time.
Huh? Yeah, my teacher hasn't told me this.
All right, so the word valence electron simply refers to the electron that makes the guy unhappy. Either that he wants to get rid of it or he wants to take in more. The outermost electron. So far, so good?
Yeah.
That's the question, because chemists already know valence electron is the important electron, not the electron inside. Chemist wants a reaction. So he wants to know which electron is causing the unhappiness. They can, use that for reaction. In terms of Ca and K, not everything causes him to be unhappy. Again, only the outermost. The chemist knows that, the periodic table knows that, yada, yada. Now you, please figure out fluorine. What is the valence electron? Helium, potassium, silicon, yada, yada.
Okay.
You are very fast and you're very correct. Looks like you know what group means. Huh? So, which one's the answer?
Fluorine.
Yes, and you would be correct. Okay, and 7 causes fluorine to be very unhappy. For your information, fluorine, instead of losing 7, would rather gain 1, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Easier, man. Helium does not want to lose 2. Helium is happy, he is full. Potassium wants to lose 1. Silicon has an option. He can gain 1, gain 4, or lose 4. Or some other options. Turns out they have options. Okay? Discuss it. Okay, now 14. 14 is also a very important question. Now, who is proton number 4? Go ahead and circle it. Let's delete the silicon circle. Now, if you already know the answer, please answer. But if not, then circle 5, 11, 18, and 20. There's 5. There's 11. There's 18. Good. Okay, and then there's 20. Now, regarding chemical properties, keeping it this way, chemical properties is the short word for that is reactivity. Really, no. Again, what does the chemist want? He wants reaction. So when he say the chemical properties in his mind is a very simple thing. Who will react similarly? Who will change similarly? I hope that makes sense. It's not the melting point. It's not the boiling point. It's not those things. Those are physical properties. You learn physical properties in chemistry. But chemical properties means how similarly do they react. Again, the change that you call. So far, so good? Understand,
Yes.
Abigail?
Yeah.
Now, here's the key about group and period though. One of them tells you that they react similarly. Either the group or the period tells you that. So look at beryllium, number 4. Hey, same period, boron. If period is the one that predicts the similarity of reaction, the similarity of chemical properties, then the answer must be 5 lah, because same period. If the answer is the same group, then calcium will be your answer no matter how far it is. 11 and 18, probably you shouldn't consider. For one, 18 does not want to react at all. Do you know why?
No.
Because the guy at the rightmost edge always have full shells. They have outer electron, but the outer electrons are full. And therefore, they are content, happy, stable, do not want to change. Am I making any sense?
Yes.
So 18 is just outer. Because beryllium, I know this is group 2. Group 2 means valence 2. Valence 2 means want to lose 2.
Mm.
Totally different from argon. Argon gone already. Which one is the answer? Boron, sodium, or calcium? What do you think? Which one? Which one? Sorry, mic problem. Which one? And you would
Calcium.
be correct. You would be correct. You understand. You understand chemistry more and more. Periodic table gives you the power to predict that calcium behaves similarly to beryllium. And of course, magnesium also, because they both want to lose 2. Indeed, in practice, that is what happened. Okay,
Okay.
that's question 14. Now, for question 15, would you please answer again using the periodic table? It's not. I don't think it's that difficult, at least. Okay, discuss which one you don't understand. If you have trouble, again, circle them first. It may give you clue. Circling might help, yeah?
What is NaCl?
Ah, okay. Surprisingly, okay. So first of all, surprisingly, NaCl is table salt. What you call salt is NaCl. So the salt, like the white grain, right? Because I don't think you have talked about ionic bond, right? You haven't, right?
Heaven.
Okay, let me just briefly show you because it's coming and it is still very important. It still belongs to all this discussion. I'll show you, and then you can decide whether that is the answer or not. Because sodium and chloride do combine to form NaCl. Now, why? Remember Na, I draw the outermost electron only one, correct? Only the outermost, the valence is only one. Make sense? If it doesn't make sense, please tell me.
I don't understand.
Okay, the electron of sodium is how many?
11.
Correct. And you are taught to think about the electronic structure. So it's not 11 that is important. It is 2, 8, 1, which is important.
Yeah.
And that one is, confirmed by periodic table. See, periodic table also 1. I can think of 281, or I can just look at the group. But people who just look at the group seems to don't understand why and therefore cannot use it properly. So I want you to think about 281 and then see a group 1 what? A correct one. The valence electron is 1. Why do we only bother about the valence electron? Because that's the only electron that makes sodium unhappy. That's all. So we only care about the 1 in terms of chemistry. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Now, Cl. Tell me what's the proton number?
7.
So electron number, or rather electronic structure, 2, 8, and then 7. Correct, correct. 7.
Yeah.
7 is the important thing. Hey, look at periodic table. It is 7. So happy lah. So to make it clear, I will draw 7. Right? 7, 7, 7. You seem to be able to accept that Cl would rather take 1 instead of lose 7. Yeah lah, less mafan. Hey, would you look at sodium? Sodium wants to give away 1. Cl wants to get 1 more. A match made in heaven.
Yeah.
A match made indeed in heaven. So what will happen? Very simple. Sodium sees the opportunity to give away. Here's the story. He cannot just give it away. The electron will come back 1. Because internally he has protons. Do you understand? Sodium cannot just derive the electron only. The electron will merely reattach himself. But if there is a new host, well, that's a different matter. Cl willingly takes. So now Na is plus and Cl is minus. And please look at that. They are both happy. Happy, happy. They are both unhappy here. And they are both now happy. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Now, how does this link to NaCl? Not yet. Na become Na plus, nothing to do with Cl minus, nothing yet. It's just a matter of giving the electron. Where does the NaCl happen? Well, there is a side effect to all this. The side effect is now he is positive and he is negative, so now they attract each other. It wasn't meant to be like that. It was meant to be a very beneficial exchange of electron. I give you 1, I'm happy. You receive 1, you're happy. They didn't intend to attract each other. But once the plus and minus are formalized, they, side effect, attract each other. So the sentence sodium and chloride combine together to form a compound of formula NaCl. So the sentence. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, is this the answer to the question? You think about it.
No.
I agree with you. By the way, your answer C is correct, by the way. Just saying. So if the group tells you how many valence electron there is, very important, right? The electron that causes trouble. The period tells you how many shell. Hey, same period, ma, same shell. Lo. Yeah, period 3, ma. This not period 2, this period 3. Then Na will have 3 shells, 2 inside, 1 outside. Cl will also have 3 shells, 2 inside, 1 outside. 8, 3. So that's what period means. So period does matter, group does matter also. The periodic table kind of helps us understand.
Okay.
Is this okay?
Yes.
Good. Are we well advanced from the class?
I think so.
Good. Okay. Please try to do the next question yourself using the periodic table also. Copy and paste if you need to. Are you okay, Abigail? Because you're looking at page 20. Oh, you are doing page 20. Sorry, why did you skip page 19? Just curious.
Oh, I realized
I don't mind.
I don't
Mhm.
need.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Good. Now, you tell me where you have trouble.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Because remember, sometimes your mic doesn't work. All right. So yes, what is it?
Yeah. I don't have any problem.
You don't have, sorry. Oh, you can answer it. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Sorry, are you saying that you finish? There's no other question. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Now chemistry is done. Good. So tell me, what is AMAT studying right now?
Polynomials.
Polynomial. So let me revise this. You have covered quadratics, the discriminant, and the indices, correct? Polynomial is your third chapter.
It's yeah.
You haven't covered what they call surds, lah. Am I correct?
We covered so.
So 4 chapters, lah. So in this quadratic or discriminant, polynomial, surd, and then polynomials. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we passed through surd without you asking any question. I'm a little bit concerned unless you're very good at it. How's your surd?
It's fine. And I did ask something about cert.
You did? Very good. Oh, the rationalization.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, because you missed it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you did. You did. Now I remember. Oh, you did. We just haven't covered the exact levels. Okay, understood. So if you have homework, it should be on polynomials. Am I correct?
Well, I mean, it's like just an introduction. I don't.
Just starting. All right, understand. Just after. Okay. Um, your e-math by right is getting easier after the quadratic and everything. What's your e-math right now?
Huh?
Your e-math.
What about my email?
What's your e-math right now?
My email. What?
Yes. The topics, the topics.
Um, think I'm on indices, like fractional indices.
Do you have trouble with that?
A little bit.
Do you want to ask some question?
Yeah.
Please ask, or if not, we'll jump into some exam level questions that might help you clarify. All right. But please ask first lah. Better if you ask your question. In your Jamboard, I try not to delete pages. You have the ability to delete pages yourself because it is your Jamboard, not mine. Yeah? So your choice, either delete pages or create new one. Just tell me which one.
Um,
Yes.
I don't really have like I can't really think of a specific question in mind right.
Right, right. That's fine. Can we dive into some, exam level questions lah? Okay,
Sure. I need to go.
sure. Are you making a new one?
No, I still have like 7 more pages.
7 more what? Sorry.
I still have like 7 more frames in the Jamboard.
Uh, no. Oh, you changed Jamboard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's your method. I'm so sorry. Right, you separate. Let's do that. No, okay, Abigail. Okay, let's. Yeah. Good.
Can I go to the toilet?
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, I'm back.
All right, cool. Okay, so the questions in front of you should look similar. Just ignore my screen share. Are you okay?
What?
Are you looking at the question?
Yes.
Right. So, do you think you can do either question 5 or 13A or 13B? Then I'll be able to understand your difficulties lah.
Oh, yeah, I don't understand any of these.
Let me confirm this ya. For example, 13A first, right? 13A is in this question in EMATH, and your EMATH in this have been going on for quite some time. Am I correct?
Yeah.
But you don't understand it. Okay. Right. Now, good news and bad news. Good news and bad news. The indices in EMATH, if you say that you don't understand, it may look very different from the indices in AMATH lah. I'm guessing lah. Correct or not?
Yeah.
The indices in AMATH, you don't have much problem. Can I confirm that?
Mm.
Then I'll give you the good news first lah. The good news is in EMath, in this is not very important. If, in fact, it features very little by the end of year 3 lah. It doesn't feature much. I would say that the advantage of learning in this EMath is mostly on AMAT law, is mostly on AMAT because AMAT uses in this a lot. I am actually happy to hear that your AMAT in this is not giving you much problem. It will be required in subsequent topics. Let me repeat this, yeah. If your AMAT in this got problem, better talk about it. Don't wait until you see a lot of in this later on in other topics. Okay, clear, yeah?
Yeah.
As for EMAT in this, let's just take it simply, right? Would that be okay?
Yes.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Can you continue from here?
I can't see what's this. Oh, wait.
You can't see? Sorry, why can't you see? Sorry.
I can't see the two.
That's power 0, I believe. The comma doesn't matter.
So it's like
Yeah. Right, 7. That's a 7. Yeah, okay. And then power 0, everything. Yeah. Oh, it's a 7. Yeah, power 0. Yeah, everything then power 0.
why power
And then
zero?
your mic is very bad. Why what? Sorry, why?
Why power zero?
Why power 0? Because the question says so. Is the question. Sorry, tell me what do you mean? What is it that you want to ask?
Like why they put power zero?
That's your knowledge, sir. What is power 0? Sorry, let me get it straight. Power 0 is important both in EMAT and AMAT lah. So this one I cannot let it go lah. Let's say I have 2 power 0. Do you know what 2 power 0 is?
No. 1.
You're correct. You can test this using calculator. You can calculator. Now tell me what is A power 0?
A.
No,
1.
1. 1. 1. Let's be very clear. It's 1. A power 1 is A. Just to be clear. What is, I don't know, bx, 3bx power 0?
1.
1. And so on and so forth. The reason why maybe nobody ever discussed properly lah, but I must say, even if you memorize, it is quite easy to memorize. There is no exception to power 0. Anything power 0 will simply become 1, but let's not talk about 0 power 0, never talk about it, and it will never appear anyway lah. Other than that, just to be clear, half power 0, what is it? What is half power 0?
1.
If you're not sure, 1. Yeah, you can confirm using calculator. So power 0 is kind of like at least easy to memorize lah. There is no exception. Now, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. So can you follow what I'm doing? I guess I did the first step lah.
Yes.
Can you do the next step?
Cross multiply, right?
No, and you're wrong. You're wrong, yeah. Okay, now let me. This is very important. You are a math student. You cannot cross multiply 2 fraction. Why? I'll give you 2 reasons. You better understand this. You better not memorize this. That means you don't understand cross multiplication. That is a little bit dangerous. Sorry, I give you three reasons. In primary school, which is a very important basic concept. When I say primary school, I don't mean it's easy. I mean it's very important. When you see two fraction times, do you cross multiply?
No,
Yeah, you'll be correct. Tell me what you do. Please write down.
I forgot.
What do you mean by you forget? You forget how to do half times 3/4?
Yeah.
If you forget, press your calculator. Oh, I don't want. I want you to remember. This cannot be. Press your calculator and then figure out what actually happened. Okay. And do you understand what happened? Of course, the answer I understand, but do you know what happens? How did you come about 3/8 lah, if you do it manually?
Times.
The top one times the bottom one times. And if you remember now, that is what you learned in primary school. This will be correct lah. You may not know why, but this is the correct thing. Fair to say, yeah? Will this be okay?
Yeah.
So this is not cross multiplication, right? Primary school don't have cross multiplication anyway. This one also you don't cross multiply. This still obeys the same rule you learn in primary school. Primary school methods are not thrown away here. That's what you can do here, not cross multiplication. That's the first reason.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes. I mean, go ahead. You're just combining them. I totally agree. But what do you do after this? You rainbow.
Eh?
Are you sure about this?
No,
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now what do you do instead?
I don't know.
The time is up, but okay, again, let's limit the shock lah. If this happens in A math, I would be uh very worried for the future topics lah, because it's not just in this, but this is E math. At most, you'll be confused by 4 marks of question. That's all in the Sec 3 exam. Surprisingly, sometimes the Sec 4 exam doesn't even have in this, but they usually do, and it's 4 marks lah. 4 marks is There are more important topics in here, right? So time is up. I'll just show you one thing, and then I guess we have to stop here first. Now, what is p power 8 times p power 4? If you remember anything from email.
No.
Do you remember anything? Is power 12? Yeah, power 12. Let me test again, yeah. So p power 8, something else. P power 5, p power 2 equals to? All right. Now you can test this quite easily by using calculator. I believe I taught you once. I'm going to repeat that again. So you pretend that p is a number lah, in the calculator. I use the most convenient number, 2 lah. 2 power 5, 2 power 2. And then bracket everything. You divide by your supposed answer. You say that your supposed answer is p power 7. Okay, 2 power 7. No? If you press this in calculator, you will find that it is 1, which is to say this guy is the same as that guy lah. Right? Okay, if you test this in calculator. Now I do expect you, when you forget, to use calculator to your advantage. Why? Because exam skill, man. Let's say you keep forgetting this because it's memorization. You know what? It's not really a big deal, but I don't want you to rely on me lah, because I don't exist in exam. Instead, rely on calculator and your own guess and check. You can quite safely guess and check what happens lah. You can. I guess next time we'll talk about what happens with division lah. All right. Any other question, Abigail?
No, I don't have any more questions.
In that case, I will see you next week. Even though it is break, it's just a normal time. If you have holiday homework, please do them and then ask them during Thursday, and then I hope you will be happy lah. All right. I'll see you next week. Bye.